Well, good afternoon. Now, we told you yesterday that I wasn't going to come on to you live at 7 a.m. Instead, that we were going to do an afternoon show with a dear friend of mine that I've known for a couple decades, actually. Let me introduce you to Chef Marianne Moore. Hello, my friend.
Hi. Oh, my God. It is so good to be. This has been so long coming.
Well, it is. And here's the crazy thing. I was looking through pictures. We're going to surprise her with some pictures that I found. Do you understand that it was a year ago plus when we saw Gordon Ramsay at the Four Seasons?
It was.
How is that a year already?
I don't, you know what? I know. I mean, it's amazing how time just goes like.
I thought it was like 4 months.
I know, right? It was yesterday.
It really did. Now, we saw each other at the gym since then.
Yep.
But I was like, that's been this year, right?
Yeah.
Looking. I'm like, oh no, it was back then.
I got out the cutting board the other day too.
Yeah, I know, right?
Cutting board
he gave
for
us
a gift.
presents.
Yeah, it was so great.
He was so cordial and so nice. We talked about that last week. We had Jersey Jack Mack on, and he was talking about doing some stuff with Emerald, and I said, have you ever met Gordon? He's like, he gets a really bad rep, and I go, I know, because he's a nice guy.
He is, and again, it goes back to the persona on TV, right?
Yep.
Like, that's kind of his
style,
all of it.
Don't you think, though, let's just get dirty here.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think that you've been in TV with us for a long time. She and I know each other from my Fox 2 days. I think that when it goes to that level, that sometimes they want to create a character.
Absolutely. I mean, that's same thing with reality TV too. Everyone needs a villain.
Yes.
Right?
So I think they just used him as that. But I'm going to tell you, he is a nice man.
Oh, I thought he took the time, and he had been in a terrible bike accident.
You've got to see this.
It was crazy.
The bruise,
right? I know. But yeah, I think that was kind of his persona that is kind of created for TV.
Yes.
And, he's just a nice guy.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
Again.
Yeah.
So we visited that last week, but so we just came straight out of the gate. Let's reset,
right?
okay? First of all, we are live. And we are live from Slyman Brothers Appliances in Baldwin on Manchester in the West County area. Shout out to all of you that have been supporting them. And one of our viewers in particular, she just went to their Hampton location, bought a stove. She bought a washer, dryer, refrigerator. I was like, go.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm probably not going to leave.
She is so excited to have all of this.
I'm like, look at this. Like, I get all of this. It's so awesome.
We're going back through our how we met. Again, Fox 2. I was looking for some old pictures back then. I couldn't find that. But we stayed in touch. Yeah. And this woman played a big role in my wedding.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. I think about that. Oh, I have those pictures too.
Okay, so here's the deal. So we were talking before the wedding, and she goes, okay, but who's your wedding coordinator? I'm like, nobody, I'm doing all this. And she goes, oh God, no. Please let me do that for you. Can you please let me have this be my wedding gift to you? And I go, no, I think I got it. No, you don't. Not the day of.
No, everyone needs, I'm going to say this, like I'm putting on my editor hat right now. Everyone needs a wedding planner, please, right?
It was. I mean, I was very proud of all the stuff I did up to them.
Absolutely.
But can you imagine I was sitting there and then getting hair, makeup done, and then, the ice person's here, this person's here. And you were like, no. And there was so much that went on behind the scenes.
Oh my gosh.
That I wasn't told about.
And that's that's the beauty of it, right? Is when you do, and again, we're kind of jumping into my whole wedding world.
She's a woman who wears many hats.
Yeah, and I have. My career has been quite interesting. The journey. It's always been one thread. The journey. But the journey's always been really interesting. And that's the sign that you had a really great, you didn't know.
No.
And it was not my place to tell you. Right?
No, exactly. And but afterwards we sat there and we're like, okay, let's tell you all the things that happened. By the way, Jenny, she and Jenny, you all know Jenny, my assistant, and she's moderating from home for you right now. She wanted me to give you a big hug. I was like, have you seen her since the wedding? She's like, no.
No.
You two saved the day, for sure.
Oh, it was so fun. You know what? And when it comes down to it, do you remember what I said when I was getting you down?
Go marry that man. Something like that.
I did. When you got off of that beautiful horse and carriage and we got you ready. I got goosebumps from it. I always do.
Go
but I just
marry
looked
that
at you.
man.
I said, go marry that man. That's all that matters.
We have been great friends for a long, long time. We're going to talk about, again, she wears many hats, but we're going to talk about her years as a chef.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about her years from an event standpoint. Now the editor at St. Louis Bride magazine, which I'm so proud of you for.
Kind of all come full circle.
Yes,
it has.
All the things that you love and the passion of it.
It is.
But speaking of Go Marry That Man, so our friendship, then this is where you get bonus aspects, right, Marianne?
Right.
Where your husbands end up being friends.
The gyms.
So we went to the British Virgin Islands together.
We did.
What an incredible trip that was.
Yeah, it was.
So Zach, who's directing right now, Zach said, so is his name Captain?
You know what? It is. Everyone,
we all know him as Captain.
knows him knows that he is Captain.
He is. And they introduced us, and there's the love of your life. They introduced us to the BVI, and it was an absolutely incredible trip.
Oh, it was.
And she made the most amazing gourmet food for us for
was
all
so
those
fun.
days. It was a trip that I will always remember. But so let's talk about from a chef standpoint. So how did you get into it?
Well, it's really funny because I started my world in interior design, right? And hated it. It was so funny. And a friend of mine said, why don't we go take some cooking classes at the local community college? There's a great chef there, and it would just be fun to learn something.
Yeah.
And literally, I walked in, and it was like, that was it. That was
Really?
the thing.
You were bit by the bug
It
that
was
quick,
it.
huh?
It was the thing that was missing forever. And I always grew up around food. My grandmother was Italian. My other grandma was Czechoslovakian. And food was always a big thing. My dad was a butcher.
Yes.
So it's kind of that whole, oh my God.
I know that picture means the world to you.
I love that. That was, there's a story there too where I brought a pig home, and my dad and I did this in my kitchen together, and it was just the coolest thing. But that was like that thing that I talk about that lights you up, right? You find the thing that lights you up, and that did for me. And so I worked in the kitchen. I did some really fun stuff there, but kind of got sucked into the whole event production and hotels and all of that. And I really found that my culinary background gave me a great base to guide couples.
Right.
So I could actually guide them in food, beverage, all of it. And so it just became this kind of really fun, seamless thing, right?
Yep.
And so that's kind of where my journey happened.
Her journey's been amazing, and I love the fact that we always come back together. Let me tell you again, Chef Marianne Moore, we've been friends for a long, long time, and I just love the journey. And this has been an unbelievable journey, and when we talk about the word journey, it will be forever, right? So there's points, and there's this in the road, and there's debris thrown in the road, right? We've talked about a lot of these things.
Yeah.
So I told you, and you can see it in the description, that we're going to cook today, but we're also going to tell this incredible journey. So you're looking at those pictures, and then you're looking, going, I don't think she's talking to the same person. Yes, I am.
It's me.
And it literally was when I ran into her at the gym, I went, Marianne?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Right. And that, it was.
But here's the thing that I want her to stress. So what we're going to make today, by the way, is very healthy and things that she's going to teach you that you can do so quick on a weekend. Lean in and ask people for help also. Don't do it by yourself.
No, not at all. And that's the thing about my journey is, it started in my doctor's office, as I told you. And we had a very sobering conversation. And, well, actually, no, let's back up on that. It actually, a lot of the thought process started on a hilltop in the British Virgin Islands.
I was hoping that you would
remember.
remember.
You know I'm going to go
There's
there.
my chill.
There's mine too.
So here's the deal. Well, it's there, and it's also, if we go back even more, and I couldn't find pictures from this, I did personal train Marianne, but she wasn't ready.
I wasn't ready.
And I want you all to understand, you have to be ready. You can have a trainer that can do everything, but if it's not your time,
no, it's not your time.
It's not your time, and it's okay.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not forever your life saying it's not your time. You have to get the sobering moment, and that's what she had. So go ahead. It was on a hilltop in British Virgin Islands.
We were on this trip, and we decided to hike. And I had always been active, right? I had always been active. I cycled, I hiked, I marathoned, I did all of that. But there's just this moment that we climbed this hill that was really, really, it sucked. I mean, I'm just going to say it sucked. And you saw it. I mean, you saw me standing there and you saw the wheels turning. And we had a conversation after that. But even then, it was there, but I was not ready yet.
Yep.
And I did I did some workouts with you. I did some things. Still wasn't ready because here's the thing. For so long, I was so focused on my career, right? I did all of the things. I focused on all of that like by the end of the day I had nothing else.
Right.
And
because you didn't put you first.
No, I never did.
Can you look in the camera and tell them what I always say is who's the most important person?
Right. Put you first.
And when you did that, your life changed.
My life changed completely. And it was the chain that ended. I will say it ended. It was the end of the beginning.
Yep.
And it ended in my doctor's office. And
because the doctor told you?
Oh, I had a really sobering conversation with him. And he said, your cholesterol is crazy, your blood pressure's high, we are gonna have to start, I have told you this, he's been my doctor for 30 years. He's like, I have been telling you this. And so we came up with a plan. And we did, my A1C was, whoa, so high, all of it. And so we did, and I have to say, I'm very transparent about this part of my journey. I went on the medication route because that was the best solution for me. And that is exactly what I needed to move forward, but there were some things missing. So I dialed into nutrition, dialed into the workouts, and just really realized how great I felt. And this was never ever about a size, a pants, a clothes, a dress.
Are you hearing
anything.
that?
No, it's not about any of that. What it is the fact that I watched my mom, who had a major lack of mobility towards the end of her life, and I knew that I was never going to do that to my kids. Ever. Oh my God, yes. Never going to do that. And so that was so important for me, is not to be a size. I'm not a pants size. I am more than that. It's about being healthy.
Hey, that right there, that comment, I want to take that. I am more than that.
I am.
You all are more than that. And I can guarantee you, some of you might be at work right now and you're like, wait, I want to watch this so bad. I got to get back to work. That's why this show is streamed. So that you can go back and go, I need this. I need to hear her story, which is your story.
Absolutely,
They see themselves in your story.
Well, you know, and that's it. And you have to get to that point, but you also have to realize it's not about the physical. A lot of it for me wasn't about the physical, so to speak, the physical body appearance. It was more about my mindset. It was more about the health. It was more about the fact that my first follow-up appointment, well, not first, I should say, a 1-year follow-up appointment with my doctor. When I started this journey, my cholesterol was at about 220. I'm going to say that out loud. 220. I will. My blood pressure was crazy high. All of the things. My cholesterol was 147.
A year later.
A year later. 147. My blood pressure was in the normal range. All of the things that happened, and that is not, you know, and the fact that, I look in the mirror and I love what I see, but I like what I see because I'm healthy.
Well, that's it. Again, Chef Marianne Moore is our guest, and we're going to be doing these healthy recipes that we're going to cook for you. Because again, when you get it, this is what you want to feed your body.
You do.
So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, so let's tell them what we're going to make.
Okay, so we're going to do a couple things that are really easy for meal prep. You can see all the chopped veggies, all of the fun stuff here. We're going to do a summer harvest salad. I am going to throw a little butter in there because I do love to cook with butter, bacon, and bourbon.
Butter, bacon, and bourbon, all the beans.
Remember that, right? So, summer harvest salad with a brown butter dressing. We're going to do some seared shrimp with that.
Yum.
And I'm going to put you to work.
Thank you.
We are going to do a charred summer veggie with salmon. And here's the fun thing, though. You can do, this is all mix and match.
Okay.
You can grab chicken. You can grab a rotisserie chicken. You can roast chicken. So make your meats, make your proteins, make your veg, and then the whole week is just so easy.
And this is simple. So from us starting to done, it's going to take about how long?
20, maybe.
There we go.
20,
okay.
maybe.
You can make this tonight for dinner.
You can.
When your honey says, what's for dinner? Oh, hold on, I got 20 minutes.
That's the big problem, though, with all of it. It's
Time.
like you don't take time for yourself. You don't do any of this prep, and then you go and you're like, oh, well, what are we going to, let's just go eat out.
No, I want you to today, hopefully today is your day to take back your life. All right, everybody, you're tuning in an afternoon segment. We are live from Slyman Brothers Appliances, again, in Baldwin on Manchester in the West County area. And we're going to ask Marianne what she loves about induction, gas, right? She's going to tell us all the things. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back again. Good afternoon to you. If you're just tuning in, we are live at Slyman Brothers Appliances in Baldwin on Manchester. They have multiple locations, so find the one that works for you. And when it is time for you to get an appliance, do us a favor, support those that support us. I love how loyal all of our audience is. So if you're just tuning in, my friend Marianne Moore, we do our chef segments. And if you have a chef or a restaurant you would like for us to feature, shoot me an email at info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. So Marianne was just mentioning how easy this is to prep, and it's important so you don't feel stressed to
Exactly.
prep.
Exactly. And I started to get in that groove where like Sunday is my reset day, so to speak. So basically you can see, and I brought this just like you're peeking into my fridge, right?
Yep.
So I do these kinds of containers because again, it's really easy to mix and match, right? So
we have green beans, radishes, zucchini. I love squash.
Zucchini, squash, and then some red onions.
And that's with our summer harvest salad.
That's the summer harvest salad with some shrimp over here, a little bit of arugula. And then over here, we've got asparagus, corn, and red pepper, which I love. And that's going to be a charred summer veggie. And I love a cast iron skillet for that. And so when you were asking me earlier about kind of the either or, I love I cook with gas at home. I love this because this will give this cast iron skillet a really consistent heat for what we need to do to char these vegetables just a little bit. But the induction, you can see here, is great. It's got such fun stuff here that you can boil water in like 90 seconds.
I know, we've been doing these and all of a sudden I'm like, look at this.
Oh no, and then here's another fun thing. Like there's no heat there's no heat danger. Okay, here you go.
Whoops, I put a piece of paper on the stove.
And guess what? It's not burning. Look at me. I sound like I'm doing like this, but I love it. I have to say, I love it because, again, it keeps a consistent heat, and once you take the pan off of the stove, it's like done. Like
that's
you
what we've
can
been saying.
touch it.
Well, and for people who have kids.
Kids, right.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I love
So
it.
you got to find, again, that's why I want you to come in, and we've been telling you about induction. If you've never been introduced to it before, have someone at Slyman take you around and go, okay, can I see the gas? Can I see electric? Can I see induction? And then see what works. I had never, until our segments, ever been involved with even knowing what an induction stove was.
And this one is kind of cool. I'm kind of playing with it right now. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Actually, it's got a boost. It's got a boost setting on this, which does pop up the heat like crazy. So if you do need to boil water quickly or you need to heat something quickly, you can hit that boost and it'll take that temp right up. It's pretty
so
cool.
like you're throwing a party, or if you just came off of your 4th of July parties and you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to be here in 10 minutes. Okay,
I need to do something. Let's do a boost. Right? I need a boost. Yeah.
Okay, what do I need to do, Chef?
Okay, I'm going to put you to work over here to char some veg.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to get my pan. Again,
are we on the lower of the dual zone? Or the high?
Actually, yes,
we are. So
that's
do you want
good.
that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because I don't want to smoke the place out either. So what we want to do when you're cooking with cast iron, and I love cast iron, one of my favorite things to cook in, but you want to make sure that it's hot, right? You want to make sure we preheat it. This is beautiful for cooking anything, salmon, steak, you name it. I love that. So I'm gonna let that heat for a minute. I'm gonna look over here, and I'm gonna actually start here with my veggies. So and this is the coolest thing about this. Now I already blanched my beans. So you can blanch them, and then you can actually blanch them and just keep them in your fridge until you're ready to use them. But I've got that, so that's already done. Of course, we are gonna do some butter because that's how
butter, bourbon,
and bacon.
And bacon, which we did bacon last week, by the way.
I figured
everything
if
was
Jack
bacon.
Nick was here.
Because he's the bacon champ.
Yes, he is. So
and I tell you what, I am not a rib fan, but holy cow.
Oh, I know.
It fell off the bone. If you guys haven't seen that one, go back and watch last week's segment.
I love that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of toss in my zucchini and my squash. Right?
This is, by the way, summer harvest salad with brown butter dressing. So we'll give you the recipe here. A medium zucchini, also a medium yellow squash. This is going to serve 8 people. A pound of green beans, 6 cups of baby arugula and baby spinach mix. A 1/4 cup plus 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and then a 1/2 white balsamic or late harvest wine vinegar, a half a cup of thinly sliced red onion, 2 bunches of radishes quartered, salt, freshly ground pepper, and then a quarter of a cup of small or torn mint leaves.
Yep, and I've got that back there. So yeah, what we're gonna do is just, and the cool thing is what I love is that we don't have to babysit everything, right? It's not like, other than the brown butter.
Yep.
So I'm gonna show you, typically you could take this all out of the pan and then brown the butter in that, but I wanna show you
Pouring
the
it
brown
over?
butter, yes, because
For TV.
Right, because brown butter is one of those things that if it's done beautifully, this is going to smell like toasted hazelnuts and everything else. If you do it wrong and you let it go too far, it's going to smell like burnt oil and defeat.
Yeah, no one likes that.
No, burnt oil and defeat. But I love a good brown butter.
Okay.
And, and the great thing about it is that you don't have to use a ton. So you're bringing that flavor out, so you're still getting that butter, but you're not using a ton of it either. And I'm all about using, if you're going to do butter, do butter.
I was going to ask you that
real
earlier.
butter.
Because here, we both talked about her journey of wellness. And by the way, I'm going to congratulate her because she's just coming off of her yoga certification.
Oh God, yes, there's yoga too.
I mean, come on. Yeah, here, let's cook and balance together.
Yeah, I could do that, right? Tree pose right here. There you go. Maybe that's a new one for me.
It is. We're going to do yoga in the kitchen. So when you are going to use butter, use butter. You heard it straight from the chef.
Yep.
She's still got all this other health aspect, but there's so many chefs that will say that. Don't skimp on that.
Yeah, don't. I mean, use, the chef that I studied with that has given me really one of the biggest life lessons I've ever had was you take the best ingredients you can, you treat them with love and respect, and you get something really special on the plate. And that actually goes back to people too, right? When you're putting together a team, when you're choosing things, right? It's like you get that magic.
Do y'all feel the love, team?
Yep, there you go.
Yes.
We do feel the love.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Chef Marianne Moore, we are making some healthy dishes for you. If you're a seafood fan, we've got shrimp, we've got salmon, we've got some charged vegetables, a summer harvest salad. Again, we got hot days ahead still as we are now in the dog days of summer. So this would be perfect.
I love it.
Yes,
yeah,
to have at your house or to be bringing over if you're a guest for somebody that's having a party.
This is a perfect thing to bring. And then you can also, too, if you want to bump up your protein, you can actually, I cook quinoa every week, too. You can throw quinoa in.
Oh, right? I would love that.
Yeah.
That would finish us off perfectly.
All right.
There's your brown butter.
Here you go. There's your brown butter. Look at that. Total brown butter. It foams at the top. And you want to pull it off a little bit early.
Okay.
Because it'll continue to cook in the pan.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have
my
you
turn?
come over here.
Okay.
All right, let's start with the corn.
Okay.
Pop all of that in the pan.
And I don't need to put anything in the pan.
No, this is a very, very well loved cast iron skillet.
Okay. And then after the corn?
We're gonna let that go. Go ahead and toss that a little bit. I'm gonna pop up your heat a little bit so it'll cool down. This goes together so quick, it isn't even funny. So I love it.
I think I ask every chef every week, where do you get your protein from? Where do you like to buy your seafood?
Seafood, there's a few places. Like Whole Foods is great. Whole Foods is really, really great. And then actually Stars has a whole seafood counter on Big Bend.
Okay. No one's as good as Bob's Seafood.
Oh.
We always say, I know.
Dear Lord, love Bob's. That was like a big thing that we missed.
I think it was you or there was one chef back in my Fox 2 days that said, oh, Monica, you got to go to Bob's Seafood. And from that point on, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Don't you like all the sizzling?
I know. Don't you love it?
Yes.
Will you mind handing me that? Yep, there we go.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice turn. Look at that.
Oh, I love it.
Well, and here's the thing. If you notice, I'm not sitting here playing with my food, right? You let the pan do the job, and it coaxes all of that flavor out.
So we're doing both, and she's really in love with this. We are using both the gas and the induction stove.
Oh my gosh, this is like a dream.
I was going to say, I was literally telling Mary Beth here from Slyman, I need both of these. You all need all of this. It would make your life so much stress-free.
I mean, yeah, I have this.
She's over here, I'm over here.
I have this. This is great. I have the big, giant at home. But, if we could just add this. So, Captain, if you're watching.
She wants this.
Could you call me?
She said she's not leaving. You're going to find her sleeping here tonight.
Yeah, right? I am never leaving. Okay, if you would, go ahead and pop in that asparagus.
Okay.
This is how quickly this goes together. I'm actually heating my pan over here, too, right now, and then we'll pop it over there, and we're going to go ahead and sear off some salmon.
I'm doing the charred summer vegetables, by the way, which is going to have salmon with it. And then she's doing the summer harvest salad with shrimp. And I know my team that's behind the scenes right now, smelling how amazing it is.
Oh,
Again, we always say we wish we had scratch and sniff television.
Oh, totally smell-o-vision, right? So I've browned my butter and it's cooled down a little bit. Now I am going to give you a little caveat on this one.
Okay.
If you're going to add any kind of acid, vinegar, anything, make sure that your heat is not high, that this is cooled down a little bit.
Because what will happen?
Because that fume will pop up and it'll make you cry.
Oh. Well, we don't want that.
No, we don't. No, there's no crying in cooking.
There's no crying in cooking.
Well,
Come on.
there kind of is.
With onions, there is.
Yeah, there is. So this
Do you have a trick, by the way, to not cry when you're cutting onions?
No, not at all. There is none.
Dang it.
It's the sulfur in it. I mean, swim goggles. That's about it. No, seriously.
Let's do that for a future show, Zach. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So easily, I'm just going to go ahead and add some white wine vinegar to this.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Just a little bit of white wine vinegar. And stir that in.
Okay.
And really, that is all you need for your dressing here. That's how easy it is.
This is perfect by the pool.
Yeah, it is. I love this. Yeah.
I wish I would have had these recipes. I would have done it for 4th of July. We had a 5th of July party.
We did too.
Did you?
Yeah, you can see how this is emulsified a bit too. Look at how adding
that looks beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And it's so easy. So that's all of it is just the vinegar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead very last, this is almost done.
Those look beautiful. That radish giving that color and then the red onion.
I love it. So I'm just going to add in my onions really quickly.
I feel like a real chef right now. I'm on my
You
side,
are.
she's on her side. I'm an honorary chef today.
You are today.
Today.
I mean, we've always had so much, like even when we were in the Caribbean in that little bitty sailboat thing. I'm going to actually add just a little bit of olive oil now, and then I'm going to have you throw in your red pepper. All right, and then I'm going to add in this. I'm going to actually turn the heat off. So this is how fast these veg are done.
Yeah.
So if you don't do any protein,
this looks pretty.
That's fine too.
Yeah,
this is ready to go.
For our vegetarians or vegan,
Yeah.
I mean, you just eliminate the protein.
Yeah. So there you go.
Or pescatarians, which
Pescatarian.
I really could be for the rest of my life.
Me too. We're going to let this get nice and happy. I'm going to turn this on again.
Are you happy, vegetable? You told us to be loving to our vegetables.
Exactly.
Are you happy?
You've got to talk nice to them.
Yes, exactly.
So the great thing is about this is now I'll turn this stove right back on, and I'm just going to pop the shrimp right in there, and then it's going to be ready to go.
Will you tell people about what they do wrong with seafood? They dry it out.
Yeah, cook it way too long.
Yep.
So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Totally don't be afraid of I mean.
We can't walk away from, we could walk away from this.
We can walk away from this, but we can't walk away from this.
I learned that with scallops.
No, yeah.
I was like, oh, these don't need long at all. Okay, what do I need? Am I still doing
You're good.
this? I'm good?
You're really good. In fact, we're going to give that just another minute or two more.
Okay.
And then I am going to just pop these in here.
So for people who are like, okay, well, wait a minute, Marianne and Monica, I know you said we shouldn't overcook it. So is there a color they're looking for?
Yes.
And that would be?
Just on the shrimp, it's going to be a really, really, really light pink.
Pink, yep.
Yep.
And what about for the salmon?
The salmon, I usually don't cook it any more than about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I let it finish. So I'm going to let that go.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this up. So basically, everything that we have here is almost ready to go. I'm going to reach around you.
Okay.
Here we go, doing the dance.
Okay.
All right. And then what I'm going to have you do is, this is really, really hot. So don't ever, Captain learned that the hard way.
I went like this and went, nope.
Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't touch it. Don't look at it.
I had hot water poured on me accidentally last week. So I'm just waiting.
Oh, no. There's no burns, no injuries on my watch.
Not on my watch.
Okay. I'm going to move you over here.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are going to do salmon. We're going to take it down. I've got my pan over here.
Okay.
Right? Now, always remember when you're using olive oil in your pan, hot pan, cold oil. Now, not cold out of the not cold out of the fridge, but like
room temperature.
Room temperature. Heat your pan first, then add your oil.
Okay.
Right. So there you go.
Okay.
All right, you're going to get some good sizzle with this one. We're going to share our tongs just because we're both cooking seafood.
Thank you.
So go ahead, skin side down.
Skin side down.
Yep.
That's a good piece.
Ah, so pretty.
Both? Same time?
You can go right in. Yep. There you go. And now we're just going to love it and leave it alone.
I love you.
Yep. That's
Turn
it.
out good for me. Oh, there we go.
This.
Look at that coloring. That's perfect.
Look at that.
Yeah, let's hold that back up there for a second. You see the pink on there?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's when you know it's nearing done.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're going to get chewy shrimp, and no one likes that.
And don't play with it. Again,
Don't
that
play
is
with
like,
it.
don't play. I mean, everybody, you know, it drives me crazy. And I have to say this with those at I'm not even going to say the guys, but those at the barbecue grill. And they're sitting here with their tongs and they're touching it and they're playing with it. I'm like, leave it alone. Because this is where you get this beautiful color and caramelization.
Guys, that was a wake-up call many, many years ago. We were doing a grilling segment, I think, at Fox, and they were like, no.
Oh, yeah.
Don't touch it. But they do, like burgers. They want to flip and flip and flip and flip.
Oh, yeah, don't, once.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, look at how pretty this is, right? And then, you know, don't be afraid of heat.
Look at my salmon, Gabriel.
Look at that. That is stunning. Yeah, and then this dish is pretty much ready
Good job,
to go. And that's how fast it goes together. Again, so if you are thinking quinoa in here too.
I would love that.
So toss some quinoa, layer it in, or just even if you're having a party, what I love is you put out bowls of everything and let everybody bring their own bowl.
Exactly.
Right? Just make it.
Quinoa, from a health standpoint, if you're looking for something that you're looking like, oh, okay, I want something filling, stop thinking of the whole aspect of pastas and rice. Quinoa has protein components to it, by the way. So that's another thing to help you out. I'm getting a little more protein. That's like the best looking shrimp I think I've ever seen in my life.
But again, that's because it's like, don't touch it. I always used to say when I was teaching cooking, it was like, don't touch it, don't look at it, don't talk to it. Just
act like it's not in the room.
Yeah, right? Just don't. Be mad at your food. So here we go here. Let me check this on the bottom.
So what are we looking for?
Look at that.
Okay.
That is what we're looking for. Okay. So there you go.
There you
go.
go.
Do a little turn there.
Here we go, Gabriel. There we go. You see the skin on it? So I'm going to turn the other guy.
Yep.
I hope you all like salmon because it's my favorite.
I love salmon.
Salmon and Chilean sea bass.
Oh, salmon. But the thing is, salmon is just so easy and so good. But again, don't be afraid to cook it. Right? I think so many people are afraid to cook it because they do overcook it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I mean, you'll feel it. You know, you'll start to be able to feel it. And I'm going to turn this down just a scotch. You're fine with that. And we'll just let it sit for a few more minutes.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, we could actually take this off right now if we would have wanted to fire up the fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to need this whole thing in my house.
Look, this is a steam oven, by the way.
I mean,
it blew my mind.
Oh no, I'm looking at the coffee machine next to it.
She wants the coffee machine.
Yeah, Captain. There you go. But you could actually sear it right now and then pop it in the oven for like 7 to 8 minutes and be done with it.
Okay.
I'm turning this all off.
Because your side's done, right?
Are done. So I'm going to show you while we're waiting for our salmon to go together. And this is your beautiful little gremolata.
Okay.
This is
What's in there?
parsley, lemon juice, a little bit of olive oil, and shallots.
Oh, that's perfect.
And we're going to dress the vegetables in that.
Okay.
And then I have got my arugula mix, right?
We have arugula and baby spinach, by the way, if you tuned in late.
Yep. So I love this too because there still is some residual heat on this. And what I love is the fact that it lets you know, again, I mean, I can still kind of touch it, but it's not going to like crazy sear, burn anything.
Right.
All right. So what I'm going to do is take my... So there's your salad.
Folks, I know you're all like, hey, wait a minute, it's the afternoon. Yes, we didn't do a show this morning. We told you we were going to be live. So we are live again at Slyman Brothers Appliances in Baldwin on Manchester. Chef Marianne Moore making some dishes that are going to be very simple for you. So think about this for all the summer parties you still have coming up, or maybe Labor Day when we're ending summer. That would be a good one. Summer harvest salad with a brown butter dressing, shrimp going on top of that. And then on this one, we're doing charred vegetables with salmon. And just look at that. I mean, that, when you bring that over to somebody's house, they're going to go,
I know.
Wow, are you a gourmet chef? Yes, I learned from Marianne.
I am a chef. And look at, I'm just reaching in.
No, hey,
because
we're all friends here. And you cleaned your hands.
I have the hands that, yeah. But look at how.
That just, okay, before anybody digs into that, we're going to take a picture because that's Instagram worthy.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. So, you know, we talked earlier about your journey and how it is. I love it. She talked about this. She wrote a bio for me and she was like, it's my story. It's messy, right? But it's my story.
It is.
And anybody that is looking for perfection, it will never exist.
Nope.
Once you release that mentality of perfection, your life will be so much better. Look at that, baby. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
That's hard to even think of eating.
Well,
Look
and
at that.
what I love about that is that base can be a base for, like I said, chicken skewers. We could mix and match salmon, all of it. We can actually turn this off right now because
Is it done?
I think
so
we're
are we
real
going
close.
to medium?
We're going medium.
Yep.
I mean,
Which is
people
the best.
tend to overcook it. You think that it needs to be like flaky,
No.
flaky.
So you would say medium. I
would
always
say
order medium. Okay.
I always go medium.
Okay.
In fact, we didn't even baste anything with butter.
How did we leave butter out?
I know, right? I know, but that's okay. I mean, a good olive oil does wonders. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this over here right now for us. I'm gonna have, grab.
Look
Please don't,
Don't burn yourself, Monica.
I did that. I was actually on I did a Guys Grocery Games on Food Network.
That's right. How many years ago was that?
Oh God, it was like 10, it was a long time ago. And it was so funny because their grill was like so searing hot. And they told us in the beginning, if you do something or screw up, if you can not say anything, that would be great for everybody, right? And so I totally hit the grill on the wrong way. And I mean, I literally had...
You burned?
It had to be like a 2nd-degree burn. And I was just like, no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Toughen up.
You're fine. And I just smiled and went right through it. And I still will watch that tape every now and then.
You're like, that's where it happened.
And it's like, that's what I did. You could just see my face.
Okay.
Okay, I am going to have you take this and let's toss this all together.
Oh, okay. Pour it on?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
And I'm going to actually add some torn mint over here, too.
Mint, basil, all the good things.
All the
Do you have
things.
your own garden?
I'd love to say yes.
I was going to say, I would
but
think.
no, I don't this year, but I usually try.
Smells good.
Yeah, there you go. So that all comes together that way.
Come together.
Yep.
We sing and we do yoga in the kitchen.
Yep, we do. Tree pose all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, yoga is actually what has just been a game changer.
I was going to say, I know
though.
you, but you like to lift heavy too.
I do.
You've done
and
all the things.
I have, and I kind of cheated on lifting with yoga for a while. But it just, I don't know, it just kind of brought a little bit of a different sense to me.
Because you have been on such a journey that you probably really started to feel, I want to combine everything I've worked on, mind, body, spirit.
Yep.
And that's yoga.
And when you find a great place too, I mean, my yoga teacher training was literally life-changing.
So when can people work out with you?
Oh gosh, stay tuned. There is something, you saw the bias, something's coming.
Yep.
It is.
Well, you'll have to let
Something's
me know and then
coming.
I'll let them know.
Yeah, something's coming. We're working on something right now that'll be kind of a whole holistic journey. Because the thing is that I've been so blessed in my life, right? This journey. And, I taught my first yoga community class a couple weeks ago as I finished my training.
Fantastic.
And it's like when you say the love and light in me honors the love and light in you for the first time, it's something. And so for me, it's now about sharing this journey and empowering. It's like you inspired me.
Thank you.
And that doesn't stop,
No,
right?
pay it forward.
It doesn't. You have to. And so I have been so blessed in my career. I'm so grateful for so many people. The lessons, it's messy, all of it. But it's my journey. And now if I can empower one person to do something, then I've done my job.
I say that all the time.
I know.
My husband always says, Monica, you can't change the world. And I said, one by one.
You can. You
Exactly.
can. And all you need to change is one.
That's it. And then that
right?
person hopefully pays it forward as well.
I mean, standing on that hilltop in the BVI with sweat pouring down going, this is garbage. I mean,
it was a great time of an aha moment.
It was.
It was a wonderful time between two of us. Tears,
it
hugs.
was. Oh, totally. Totally. And it just, and sometimes the spark is what you need.
Yep.
And it's not going to catch right away.
Right.
And it didn't for me. It really didn't. I had to go through some things. But it's that spark that starts, and it's got to start somewhere.
That's the greatest teaching aspect you'll meet.
All right, I am going to hold this side, you hold that side.
Okay.
Here we go.
Teamwork.
Yep, look at that.
Makes the dream work.
Tell me how amazing this is.
It looks and smells incredible.
So good. Okay, we'll move him out of the way. And then you get to plate your beautiful salmon here.
Gorgeous.
There you go. Underneath, you should be able to hold them down. There you go. I have tricky stuff.
I know. One. I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like,
beautiful
just on top.
Do
one side.
Skin side up.
Skin side up.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And then other one there. And then we're gonna finish it. And there you go.
I don't know what you all want, but this is mine.
Right? Yeah.
Let's plate these together.
Yeah.
And then we'll take our final break. And what I realized that we haven't been doing on air is trying our own food. I always go, okay, everybody, wrap up. Time for you all to eat. Now, see, it's because we don't put ourselves first.
I know, we don't. And the thing is, like, you get, like, for me, it's always about, like, I get so excited to just share this stuff.
That's what's been happening.
Well, we just got a giant wood-fired oven at my house. Like, it's as big as I am. And so that's been my latest obsession. I am. That's like my latest obsession is to do like the whole wood-fired cooking. And I want to do a side of salmon, all of it. But and that's what's so great about this is food is really community.
It is, and it brings everybody together. This is a language we all speak together.
It is. It's my love language for sure.
Mine as well. All right, we're going to actually taste our own food, and then we'll let our team do the same thing. When we talk about family, we talk about love. We're going to show this really beautiful video of she and Captain, she and Jim. Her Jim and my Jim.
Oh gosh, that was so fun.
All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up here from Slyman Brothers Appliances in Baldwin, again on Manchester, live with Chef Marianne Moore. Don't go anywhere.
Carroll House Furniture homes look the best because of our free design service. Our designers please your taste.
Let's reimagine your room with 50 brand name choices.
We'll create a 3D design with a 360 view for your room.
Free design services are just the beginning. Free 0% financing, fast free delivery and setup, and the guaranteed lowest prices in the country with no stipulations.
You'll get a perfect custom floor plan for your new dream room.
Carroll House Design, because you like nice things.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
Well, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you got to go back, reset, watch the whole thing. But that's the beauty of it all. Streaming I love so much because we've got our wonderful live audience. And then you can go back at your leisure. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Rumble, LinkedIn. We're on all those platforms. And if there is a platform that we're not on, you'd like for us to be on, just shoot me a message and we'll do that. Chef Marianne Moore, my dear friend, has been visiting with us, making some beautiful summer dishes for you. So remember these, and we can give you the recipe. Very, very simple for you to host or to bring to someone's house. All right.
All right, you want to do it?
Yes.
You want to do it? I want to cut into this salmon because I know that you just did. Oh,
look at that.
This.
It's medium. She's
and
like, good job.
Here's the thing, and there's a spoon over there. Okay. Here's the thing is if you followed along with us through this whole thing, you saw like we didn't like we weren't standing there babysitting it.
No, not at all.
And that's the most important thing that I can tell you.
We're going to try a little because we just had the aha moment that over the last couple of weeks, we haven't been trying our own food. Afterwards, we've been. So we're going to give you the true taste test.
There you go. Okay, here we go.
Dig in.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I
love
friendship
it.
stuck together.
Okay. And radishes are one of my, if somebody asked me like 4 ingredients that I would take somewhere, it would be radishes.
Summer, for sure, love. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that,
Yeah.
good teacher. She's a very good teacher. They're going to love this.
Yeah. Great. Lemony, bright.
Oh, it's so summery. It really feels like you're just eating summer.
Well, and when you, again, going back to what my chef said, you know, you get the best ingredients you can. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff to cover it up.
That's what
this
people
is
do
just
wrong. Get
summer.
on
This
that
is just
fork.
the best produce, the best ingredients, and it's just
Eat
fresh.
your shrimp. I'm going to eat a shrimp. We're going to end with a shrimp.
We're going to end with a shrimp. And I like to leave the tails on, FYI.
You eat the tail?
No, I just like to leave them on.
Oh.
Because they look so pretty on the salad.
Yes. I was
Right.
going to say, don't eat the tail.
Uh-uh.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, I already ate mine, but it's all good, right? Not overcooked.
Don't be afraid of seafood. Let's look at this really beautiful video. Tell me
Okay.
tell me what he means to you.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. That's 23 years. We just had our 23-year anniversary, actually on June 23rd.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And
I love that you have shared him with me. He is so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
You
Look
just
at
have to
babies
find
there.
your person. You know, you just have to find, I mean, I watched it with you. I got you down the aisle.
Go marry
when
that
you
man.
married that man. It's like, you find your person and you realize that, you know what, and I'm going to put my editor hat on for a moment. Like everybody thinks about the wedding.
Right.
A wedding is a wedding is a wedding, whether you get married at City Hall, whether you get married in a big ballroom, a winery, a sailboat like we did. But what you have to think about is what's after that.
Yes.
And that's the thing. The wedding is only the beginning.
Right.
It's a celebration. So
You guys got married?
we got married at our sailboat marina. So
And you're getting ready to return to the BVI, right, in August?
We do. We head down to Blue Water for about a month every year because that's our kind of our downtime, so to speak. And yeah, we head down. I mean, it's just a place, we shared it with you, that we love.
Do you still charter?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Not really. It's a lot, but
I'm glad we were one of the lucky ones.
Yeah,
because
it was fun.
It was truly incredible.
Yeah, it was
I love
fun.
you.
I love you
Keep us
too.
abreast of your journey.
Oh, I will.
Because the journey is truly, it's the awakening.
It
I
is.
always talk about
I
the awakening.
love that.
She had her awakening, and I hope that you do as well. So
Yeah.
go back and watch her journey and then see yourself in the story. And I hope today's your day to have your own awakening. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you to Slyman Brothers. Again, when it's
Yep.
your time, check out their appliances. I mean,
Oh.
Wolf, Sub-Zero, Cove. Well, find the one that's right for you. We're not leaving,
Oh
evidently.
no, I'm not. I'm gonna make it's like the
She's
whole.
gonna make coffee in the morning.
I mean, I could just hi, I live here.
Oh my God.
That's it.
All right, if you have a chef or a restaurant that you would like for us to feature on a future show, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. And then now, share this with all of your followers so they can see these incredible dishes. Love you all. By the way, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.
Ooh.
We will be back on. We're going to talk about the ladies with NCJW, getting ready for our big makeover show on July 18th. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait for that. Love you all. Have a great afternoon. And remember what I always ask you to do, and that is to be kind.